Well, we're going to find out all the questions going to be answered. We've been waiting for this matchup for quite some time, and we're just about ready to jump into the game here to start things off on Nepal. Element Mystic versus Meta Bellum. Winner of this match will take first place in Group A and become one of the big favorites, not just for the playoffs, but for the grand final in May. Let's see who is going to be able to take it as we start things off here on Sanctum.
So, protection of XC, Repel, likely to be on the Moira here. Actually running the Zenyatta. Oh, this is Sanctum, not Shrine, sorry, my bad. Still going to be XC on the McCree. So they are going to do the Orisa McCree strat, actually bringing in the Mercy. And do have Nice running that Genji, so dive here against this.
And you can see that, that's exactly what we're talking about. The immediate turn, they see the Winston come forward, know that Rio just wants to go in, try to build up for that primal range. Dako turns immediately, rocket straight into the back, and they take him down. Now Nice will be falling as well, and Element Mystic are very well set up to get this first cap. Will be able to do so, and the Orisa set up at the barrier.
Even better than that, they have the setup, as you say. The point capture is nice and all, but it only matters if you have a nice set to protect the McCree. They have both now, so very difficult for Meta Bellum to break through with the Genji dive they're running here, the runaway dive. Let's see if they can ever break through and kill XC. He's the first to die here with the dash kill. Good Discord Orb there to make sure that happened.
Yeah, Nice takes him down, and now Chara actually comes up with a double kill, getting rid of Jexy. It seems like we might just have a very fast flip, as it's going to be Pokeball all on its lonesome here on the point. He'll get a kill onto Aim God there, dragging him out with the Hulk, but that's about it. 28% is all they accrue. So very swift flip here for the side of Meta Bellum, and now Nice has that Dragon Blade ready to go.
They have the Dragon Blade. Element Mystic can slow push with this, but it's going to be difficult to actually get into the center of the Sanctum itself, right? That's what this comp is designed to get there early and get a setup, but actually getting that setup is the hardest part. That's why they're so glad they got it early, but it was immediately destroyed. So now slow pushing in.
Oh, pulse up in the back there. CCJ just slide Pokeball, but he'll go down himself. Takes himself out there with the own ultimate, and the rest is available from Jexy, so still going to be decent here for Element Mystic. But Nice, again, he has the X Factor here with the Dragon Blade. Perhaps he can turn things around. For now, Element Mystic trying to get the flip to come through. That's been eluding them. It seems like the step off's coming in. They just keep getting closer and closer. One more second, they'll have it. And there we go. They'll flip it. 41% here for Meta Bellum as they get wiped.
Okay, Element Mystic just preventing the dive here. Nice holds the blade. CCJ's accidental suicide, I think, was one of the big factors there because he lost his team half of their DPS only for a tank there, and XC is just still able to do damage. Now, how they use this Dragon Blade, I think, is going to require a sound barrier. If they just try to come in and slice through the Orisa or try to grab XC, he's not going to be able to outlast through all the damage. There's Supercharger used now as well. XC, free damage. No one is even near him right now.
Yeah, they'll take out the Supercharger here as Nice rolls out the Dragon Blade in the backside. Discord Orb helps take down Pokeball, but immediately the charge comes in from Dako. Knows that his team is under siege. They'll take him down. Rez brings the Orisa back into the fight, and Element Mystic will maintain control as Chara gets picked off at the end.
Sound barrier did not connect with Nice there, and they also were unable to, they were able to get XC. Like I said, he was trying to kill the Orisa, but he just couldn't get in there.
Dako just killed CCJ. I don't even know where this is happening. It's off screen. But again, just comes up with these kills, gets the staggers to come through, and Element Mystic, they build up a lot of percentage here, getting ready to crest 90.
Yeah, he's quite quickly building his reputation as the best D.Va player in this tournament. Aim God gets knocked off here by the
another
grab.
whole kill. That's the second time he's done it so far here on this map, and now Chara is dead.
This push is over.
Yeah, Rio does have that primal range ready to go. The self-destruct finds Popo, but still, it's going to be Meta Bellum just getting ripped apart. Ticking down now is the OT. Element Mystic going to take Sanctum fairly convincingly, 100 to 41%.
You know, the picks there from CCJ onto the Orisa have been really consistent, and the new way to play Tracer is to kill the tanks. That is how it is played right now. If you have a good defensive step, killing the support shouldn't be possible, so the Tracer needs to get in there, get a pulse bomb onto the tank, just one-clip them, and then, you know, obviously there'll be a lot of other damage sources coming through. In Orisa's case, you can't really one-clip that, but if you pulse it, you certainly can. So that's the idea. but he died the first time he tried it. The other few times when he was able to get it, he went in for the kill after his teammates were dead, basically, because XC was never challenged. Then it didn't matter that he got the Orisa kill because there was just no follow-up. Ult kills, eliminating players on the approach is never what you want. Now we're going to see on Village, surprisingly, we thought we might see XC running the McCree here too, but he's going to make a switch over to the Tracer. It's Bellum running that Reaper comp, but only with 2 tanks. Weird combination here. We haven't quite seen this one yet.
Yeah, not going to have the backup there from the Roadhog, and already Pokeball goes in, finds the double kill as Aim God and Char both go down with no supports. Metabellum likely just going to have to abandon the fight. They'll lose out on several members. Nice tries to take himself out to safety. Seems like he can escape with his life, but first cap comes through for Element Mystic yet again.
Okay, so just able to get that better dive there onto the supports, killing them first, really hurting the chances of approach here. The hardest thing with a Reaper comp is to get onto the point. Once you're there, you've got the healing from the Moira, you have your lifesteal, you do a lot of damage.
Well, good pick off. They get rid of XC, so no pesky Tracer into the back line. CCJ pushes in, looks to knock Taco out of the mech, but cannot do it. Both tanks just turn over. They just assassinate that Reaper. Taco throws down the self-destruct, will get killed there. And the Primal Rage comes through from Pokemon, trying to buy some more time. Poon knocked out of the mech, does get pushed off the point. Element Mystic just keep going upward.
They got the Reaper onto the point, but only by using Wraith Walk, so when he got out of it, he didn't have it to escape there, so he didn't build much ultimate charge. He died basically instantly, and Aim God needed to be supporting him, adding extra healing to his lifesteal, might have been able to build him up to at least a Death Blossom, despite not grabbing control of the point, despite having to use that Wraith Walk. They fail it, and now CCJ is only at 70%.
Oh, they get Pokeball here off the bat. Nice gets the hack in, and they take him down. Daco as well, getting knocked out of the mech off screen right as the sound barrier comes through, so a bit more timing. Now the shield's gone. Nice, just gonna go ahead and eliminate those with that EMP. And Metabellum will be able to find their way in onto the point. Is being delayed here for the moment. Actually, maybe I spoke too soon. We'll plumb out, not gonna find Rio. As XC tries to buy some more time, but can't stop it for too long. Ults out, they get up to 66%, but Metabellum now have control.
Yep, they do. They have an ult advantage as well. And finally, that Death Blossom may become a factor here. And again, with the Reaper, the hardest part is to get in. Now that they have control of this, they can actually have the Reaper up on the high ground. He has the advantage. He can drop down. He can even drop down for a Death Blossom. He's going to look to burst down the tanks. Wraith walking already, being healed up to full. This is what he didn't have last time.
Fired away, Death Blossom ready to go. We'll see when he wants to use it.
If
you think he gets Daco knocked out, as you say. Be a huge opportunity. No defense matrix now as he just gets taken out of that one. That's going to be, yeah, EMP dropped in here by Guard. Now looking for the extra hacks on the backside of that one as point starts going over to the side of Element Mystic to get halfway there on the cap. Now going to be contested by Metabellum. Hack comes through. CCJ still holding on to this one, but he is just going to get ran down. Will get taken out. Nice doing what he can, but it's very little. Just has to sit there invisible as he tries to wait for that health pack to come back up. Rio, in the meantime, does use the Primal Rage, but he's all on his lonesome, and it's just going to get picked off here very slowly. Flip to come through. Metabellum can't quite match Element Mystic's score. Now they're that much closer to 100.
And it's unfortunate CCJ couldn't use this Death Blossom when he actually had that positional advantage. He just could not demech Daco quickly enough. Guard going hyper aggressive here just to harass forward EMP. It's going to be nice that has the opening one though, so they need to spread. They need to make sure Daco is in position to absorb that Death Blossom because CCJ is going to need to use it to flip this point. Again, they're just trading harass, whether it's Guard or XC. They're just kind of flipping them back and forth, trading recalls and translocators. Here's the EMP. Daco gets demech. This is the opportunity, maybe, for that Death Blossom.
Just ripped him apart, but now Nice has gone down. XC as well. Can't find anything with a pulse bomb, but it's still just going to be a trade out here. Multiple members on the side of Metabellum have been taken out. Now going to be 3. Another hack here from Guard just to go ahead and lock down Hoon. Can't use the self-destruct. Can't get the remech. Can't buy time. And it seems like Element Mystic might just be able to 2-0 here on Nepal. It's desperation from Metabellum. CCJ has not been able to use his Death Blossom at all. He's going to have to try to rush back into the point, throw that one down, and hope to God that he can get the kills. But without Rio, without Tara, it just seems like it's not going to happen. They get this pick. They never get to use the ult, and Element Mystic take Nepal 2-0.
And Achilios, sometimes it's a good thing when you're conservative with your ultimates, when you're trying to hold on to a Death Blossom for the perfect opportunity. He had a few chances when Daco was demech. The first time he failed to use it because Daco wasn't demech. He felt it was too risky, held on to it. They still got a better trade. Second and third times he held it, Daco was demeched. There were a chance for him to get a double kill to flip the point, but he thought, we've won this fight. I don't want to waste this. I want to hold it so that I can continue to control this point. However, Guard comes in with an EMP. prevents him from using it. While Doc goes down, immediately after he's unhacked, he's hacked by right-click by guard, who's positionally out-positioned him, like he's got a positional advantage. So he's hacked again and cannot use it, cannot Wraithwalk, and is killed, while the supports are already hacked by the EMP of guard, so he cannot be healed, cannot use his Wraithwalk, and also cannot use his Death Blossom to heal up and survive. So despite having control of the point with the Reaper, never was able to get value out of his ultimate, was never able to do the damage that Reaper is supposed to be able to do when he gets onto the point. And as a result, you know, this goes the way of Element Mystic. It's like we're going to have a substitution. We might actually have some signs shown here during this transition period.
The question is, who is it going to be? Is it going to be from the side of Element Mystic despite the victory? Do we just see Sparkle come in immediately to replace Xe? That guy's...
He says if Element Mystic wins, he's going to come back again.
Okay.
Sparkling.
We'll see if he can.
Young Bungtong forever, another snipe sign where you thought, okay, it's just another fan sign. Boom, Young Bungtong gets hit.
I don't think he's here today, but oh man, they have the full roster going on there.
Now it says Repel is carrying, even showing his Torbjorn, which we have seen on Numbani.
Yeah. Brought that one out. Maybe we'll get to see it as we move forward here.
All those drawings, look at that. The hero pools down there. A Karos fan.
Anyang.
Of course, analyst is a Karos, it says there.
Got the Baby Bay challenge over on the other side.
Look at this shot of Akaros on the Genji as well on the left side. So a lot of Akaros fans, basically all four of these signs are for her. Play of the game given here by Bellum.
Handing that one over
to Rio, I guess it's Rio fighting.
I think they handed it over to Element Mystic this time, though.
I'm
not sure who would have gotten the play of the game, but it was still a pretty dominant victory for Element Mystic, especially on Village.
That's another cool sign here. That's actually probably the best drawn Diva sign we've had in a while. Oh, it's Conan, the detective here. Obviously a Metabellum fight here.
Well, I will just go ahead and spoil it. Sparkle is getting set up in the booth, which is why we're going flipping through the fan signs.
This happens every time on Hybrid, so not a surprise. So they need to have either the Junkrat peel or they need to have the dive for attack, or both in most cases. Last time on Numbani, that was how they won the map.
And it's going to be guard, actually, getting swapped out. Not going to be Xe.
So this way they have both potential dive.
I don't know what that is, but it's mildly terrifying.
It says Element Mystic is amazing. They've been moved to tears.
Okay. The context is definitely important for this side.
Yeah. So, yeah, as you say, we're going to have this swap out. So they will have long range hits against. They could run a soldier, for example, on defense on whatever map that ends up getting chosen here for Bellum. It says, Rio, Daddy's here. Well, Dad doesn't say Daddy specifically, but that's how I imagine him saying it. It was like, Dad, I told you not to come. I'm embarrassed.
Maybe he's you know, gonna have that extra pressure on him because his father is here to watch him perform, and that could lead to him underperforming.
Well, nothing can stand between father and his son. Not nerves, not lack of confidence. We're going to King's Row.
Oh, baby.
Well, an opportunity to see some more of that Zarya play from Neist. Hoon, this is his best map on Meta Athena. We saw this map picked by Meta Athena every single time Hoon picked the Zarya. We saw that defense of that initial choke point on point A of this hybrid, but it'll be nice today if they end up running the quad tank or even the triple tank here on this point. With the Junkrat, there's a high chance we see that from this squad. They're so good at it, and it's never been, never, ever, ever a strong composition for Element Mystic. They avoid triple tank and quad tank like the plague. So it's a strong map pick for Metabellum's playstyle, and it's a good pick against the style of Element Mystic. So even though they looked like they were leaning towards Hollywood recently, when they lost control, that's the map they picked last time, they are going to bring us to a map that I think is very intelligent.
Well scouted, it would seem here from the side of Metabellum. Now just need to execute on the strategy as they look to take down Element Mystic here and tie up the series 1-1.
I'm going to have to say, if they don't run some sort of triple or quad tank here, I will be disappointed. Going to use your strengths on your map choice.
Well, likely going to be the play. See if they want to run it on attack as well as defense. Just go back to the classic phalanx as we're ready to go ahead and get into game. Kings Row. I've only had this a couple times. It's been eluding us a bit.
적의 공격까지 30초.
All right. The fans have had their say. Now we'll see what the teams can do. Right now, Sparkle's going to be showing us the Pharah on defense, and will not be swapping this. Doesn't have enough time. So this
is real. It's going to be
a very interesting style.
Look at the setup too. It's with an Orisa. So the Orisa is going to help empower Xy's Widow, which will be boosted. And Jexay will have to switch between the Pharah and the Widow to actually get the maximum value out of this burst pick. It's going to be very difficult. It's runaway dive for Bellum, running the Genji Tracer. So they're going to look to break this point, but against Halt and this barrier, it's going to be very difficult. They might just want to look for a different approach. They're going head first in, diving on top of it.
Dive through does come in now. Sparkle just raining down hell from above. Biotic Grenade takes out CCJ. You see the mech almost broken there. Now Aim God as well, nearly going down. Those last hits in, and Hoon will be popped out of that mech, so that's already very costly. He has nowhere to jump off the map, so he's either going to have to spam or he's going to swap, and it seems like it's going to be the latter. So what little percentage he did gain is now gone.
Yeah, maybe about 20 or so. And Element Mystic, they're running this Pharah, so it was a great comp against potentially triple or quad tank coming out from Bellum. They don't run it, they're even having an even harder time.
Oh, nice. He's going a bit too ham there. Dashes in now, has to try to get himself out to safety. For now, the Tracer will try to build up here onto the point, but won't be able to get too much there. Mirage ready to go from Sparkle already, and another Biotic Grenade kill for Repel as he takes down Nice.
Repel's Ana has been really good tonight. Obviously, the better warrior we know is Aim God, but as Ana has been living up to the reputation he's built, as he gets another good bio here, preventing healing.
XE gets Aim God, so that's further delay. Denying away that Transcendence, denying the push from Bellum.
Bellum just needs to build this Dragon Blade faster, but Nice keeps getting killed. He keeps getting gate kept in these choke points. He keeps getting bio-grenaded so no one can heal him. We do see CCJ trying to sneak around here, but even if he gets up here, which is a big if, because this is a pretty obvious approach angle, he's going to have to get the kill, and he might just find himself killed by the support.
Well, CCJ's going to find himself killed because XE just comes up with the first kill there. Repel now. Big Biotic Grenade comes through, denies the healing, and onto multiple members, and a Poison Trap will take down Nice. That's
the bio
one of the rarer ones that we have.
The bio grenades here have been really great as well. It's very difficult to get to this narrow point where you're basically going to be denied healing if you dive, and your opponent's going to get a massive amount of healing because they're also in this choke point. Nice needs a Dragon Blade, I think, to get the kills required to open up this point, because just projectiles are not going to be enough.
So jumping in onto the other side, and Hoon just loses the mech instantly. Another heal deny comes through. Rio goes down. They'll finally get the kill onto XE, but Sparkle comes around the corner. Hoon and Nice have been taken out.
Nice was slept.
They just, it seems like they don't know what to do. They finally have the Dragon Blade ready to go, but if that fails, we're looking at maybe a full ult here at the hand of Element Mystic.
Starts to look that way. The Blade is going to have double support ultimates as well. If they can't make that work with 70 seconds on the clock, I think you're absolutely right. CCJ going to find that stick maybe here onto the Orisa. We saw it so much on Nepal. Holds it.
He's trying to get the angle here onto XE.
Blade.
Defense Matrix keeps coming through. Now Jexay going to go down. Blade is in here onto the Ana. Finds Repel. There's no supports available, and it'll help pop the mech here onto Dako, who does have that self-destruct, but a bit too risky for him to throw it down. So the damage has been done. Seems like Bellum will be able to get this cap, but fantastic time buying from the side of Element Mystic. They drain the clock down below a minute. Now going to be around 35 seconds as Meta gets this completion here onto point A.
Sparkle's now going to switch over back to his trademark Genji. That's why they're running this. They're leaving XE on the Tracer, or moving him to the Tracer. Obviously, the idea to keep him in over guard is because they wanted him to run the Widow with his composition. If they wanted to run Sombra, he'd be subbed out instead. We'd have a different setup right now. So just cool to see the DPS trio of Element Mystic shuffle around for the best value.
Got taken out. Sparkle here comes over onto the Genji, just gets rid of both of those supports, completely assassinating them. A true ninja is he, and that's going to be a very early shutdown here onto this push. Playing up past the choke is going to be difficult for Element Mystic. But you can see right now, Sparkle just wants to poke out, build up as much of a Dragon Blade as he possibly can, and already is just about matching Niced's build.
Sparkle is going to wait for the supports again, it looks like, to try to assassinate them. He's here with XC, waiting for them to come out of this choke point. Okay, going into the back line. Good block there by Hoon, but it might not be enough.
Oh, but that's going to be, yeah, the recall has to come out there, so not going to be the kill picked up by XC, but Sparkle is able to get it in the end. The trade of the Zenyatta's does come through. We see Rio there with that Primal Rage, another stick coming in onto a Tracer. We've had 3 of those today.
Rio gonna
a
die,
rare
maybe.
occurrence, and yeah, Rio, I think he might just get punished. There it is, the rockets from Dako yet again, finding a kill onto the enemy Winston.
That was really good care by Hoon to protect the backline there. It got them 1 kill on XC, but Sparkle's dive has just been too good. He's been able to hit the mark with these dashes. You can tell he's hitting left clicks from range, then dashing for the finishing blow every time. Either that or it's both XC and him diving in. XC gets enough damage done. He dashes through for the kill. Defense Matrix can't stop that damage from coming through, and Sparkle's already built a blade faster than Nice.
Wade comes down, he dashes in, he's looking for the hits, but so far finds nothing, and Nice is able to go ahead and nullify it, taking him down. No DPS available for Element Mystic, and Pokeball will die. It's just going to be a team wipe here as Dako gets knocked out of the match. He manages to get Aim God, but that's it. It's barely even a consolation prize. Bellum get the team kill, and now they're going to get a lot of distance here on the street space, but again, the clock is not in their favor.
No,
it's less than 50 seconds here already.
It's crazy that Sparkle was able to build that blade faster, but quick thinking and very good reaction time here by Bellum to focus him down. With before the support ultimates came through, meant that it was wasted. So jumping the gun a little bit was Sparkle in that last fight, but this is going to be where they make their big stand with their ult advantage. Element Mystic on this point.
Barrier firing away here. Missy Ken wants to build up for another one. 30% so far, so still a ways to go. Down barrier users, you say? Bellum not really profiting too much from that, but they're just in front of point B. But they might have wanted that here for the final little fight as they go charging forward. Discord Orb hit onto Sparkle. Tries to stay safe. He is just harassing Chara into the back line. Dexy's gone down. A good open here. And the explosive kill's just going to come forward for Bellum. Dragonblade finds one for Nice. They'll get the completion onto point B. Now it's into the Foundry with 1.5 minutes. We know how dangerous these chokes can become.
Yeah.
Once you round that first corner, Element Mystic will see if they can gain control.
Nice is just building for a Dragon Blade right now. Sparkle has been building about twice as quickly as he has, but with a lack of kills, it doesn't always matter to build a Dragon Blade and just jump in and die. He's picked here first. This is a great opening for Rio to come in here and get the back line, gets that kill and repel. This is just rolling towards the finish.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep this one going, but now jump in comes through from Element Mystic. Popo will die. Nice finds another kill. Manages to get Chara before he should fall. Game God is holding on to that. Transcendence has not had to use it yet. Pulse Bomb out, gets rid of Rio. Hoon dead as well. Bellum will be halted here for the moment. You would see as Sparkle desperately tries to escape with his life. Will not be able to do so though. Nice has just been hounding him down. Has basically made it his mission to just kill the enemy Genji.
Yeah, Sparkle's been playing more aggressively, which is getting him faster blade charges, getting him these blades first. But, you know, he's got to make them count. He's got to make them worthwhile here at the end of the day. And he's been a little bit too aggressive. He's been shut down by Nice on several occasions. Now,
20 seconds left and Pokeball dies.
He wants
Blade
to use
out
this.
from Nice, goes in, finds XC, dashing through for extra damage onto the other members of Element Mystic, who are now going to have just about one more chance to stop this push. Bellum will be pushing this in OT. They will get dangerously close. Double Transcendence is available, nearly the sound barriers on either side. Sparkle, he needs to have a huge Dragon Blade to shut down this push.
Hey. CCJ wanted the pulse, gets denied. Aim God does have to use this Transcendence though.
Might be able to just follow up here now. Repel going to be exposed. Pulse comes in, not going to find the stick, not going to find the kill. Ticking down, they have to tag back in. Repel's still alive somehow here over in the cubby. CCJ goes low, forced out with a recall. Sparkle's got the Dragon Blade, already finds 2, dips back away from the self-destruct, now rejoins the fight. Can't find much more there with the ultimate, but they managed to get the stop on the push. Dangerously close, almost got the completion there. Did Bellum, despite nearly being full held on point A. Element Mystic now have to go the distance if they want to move up 2-0 here in this series.
Very much a aggressive Genji versus a passive Genji is the thing I want to focus on with these two. We're playing dive versus dive. Nice looks for secure kills most of the time. not willing to risk his life to build Dragon Blades. His Dragon Blades have been more effective overall because he's looking for guaranteed Dragon Blade kills, whereas Sparkle has been hyper-aggressive. You know, he's been known as an overconfident player. That's something that has been discussed even by the Element Mystic staff publicly, as this guy is very overconfident. He's a really funny character off stream when you talk to him in real life, but he harassed a lot, died for it a lot, but got faster blades, but most of his blades were complete failures. So Nice displaying the more passive, more experienced Genji here, and it does definitely show. Sometimes when you're looking at a 40 to 60% ult charge when your opponent has a blade, but he wastes his blade, even though he had it faster, it doesn't matter that he had it faster. If he died 3 times building it, they were losing control of the point. The payload was constantly moving. And this is normally not what happens when you have such a great hold on point A for so long. You don't normally have that kind of momentum to follow it up. Usually you end up getting held before you end up getting to point B with a low time bank like that. I think it was like, what, 45 seconds before you got the cap?
And it was still very close to that, even on point B. You know, for the longest time, there's that chokehold by Element Mystic.
And Sparkle, I think, just fed a lot of deaths that allowed momentum always to be away from Element Mystic in this last encounter. We are lucky enough to have this blade versus blade again here, but it's going to be XC to open up with a little bit of Widowmaker play, see if he can get some snipes before he switches.
Finds one hit there on the charge. It's going to be the body shot. Can't get the pick. Would have been a nice one. And it very well could have led to a snowball cap onto point A, but instead it's just going to swap over to the trusty
Game God with the Ana means that Nice can have a lot more healing at range.
Yeah, but Rio, on the other hand, he's going to go down, but both supports dead on the side of Element Mystic here on the first push. They managed to get Hoon. No tanks here is going to be the exchange as Element Mystic tries to get over onto this point to try to, or rather, try to stay alive. As they kite back around the corner, Dako trying to mitigate that damage with the defense matrix. Seems like CCJ might have to give up the push. Now he's going to get jumped on. Doesn't have the recall, and he'll go down. XC capitalizes on that one, and Nice had just been taken down as well. So Sparkle goes forward, just body blocking them up onto the high ground, making sure they can't jump down here for the moment. They might just have a very fast cap onto A. Second time's a charm, it would seem, for the side of Element Mystic.
Okay, Sparkle's sneaking around up here too, just to look for one more pick onto the backline as they come back from spawn.
Oh my god, huge deflection! Sparkle just pushes all of the orbs back there onto Chara. Takes him down, Sparkle will get punished, but the cap is still nearly there.
Game God is so good on the Ana. I love that they choose this over the Lucio here and over the Moira, helping to defend this in the last second. 98.6%.
Barely stopped.
Not 100. And Aim God with that sleep onto Sparkle, the bio grenade there, even with Sparkle getting that massive deflect on the right click. Look at Nice again, passive, patient, looking for secured kills, and he gets one.
Yep, sees the Discord Orb coming through, plays that patiently and stealthily.
Another one.
Now goes in, helps Chara take down XC. Point ticking up yet again. Not nearly as close as the last time. Dako gonna be knocked out of the mech. And Nice just waiting, playing with their food here. Just want to deny as much as humanly possible. See, do they kill him? I think they just leave him be.
Yeah, he's at 71%, so
killing him now would probably be a good idea, but it seems like they'll just go ahead, let him build back up for the mech. But we're now under 2 minutes here for Element Mystic on the push. Daka will get taken down in the end, right as he gets that available.
Such a painful stagger here.
Yeah, that is an absolutely brutal one. Down barrier coming through, catches everybody that was still alive and in the fight. Dako now going to be on the way, does have that self-destruct ready to go. Ready for Sparkle. He hasn't drawn it out yet.
Oh, look at this.
Fires away. He's going to jump in, takes down Aim God. Chara dead as well. And that is just going to be a near wide. Pokpo will get taken out by Nice, who draws out his own Dragon Blade, but that's all he's going to get. Just Pokpo and Jexay out. Cap should be coming through here very shortly as they take control over the point. So minute 15 on that cap, now 3:45 for the Streets phase. Remember, Element Mystic, they have to go all the way basically into point C to get this win.
Well, this was basically an outclassing of the... Well, Sparkle basically, he went in for the blade. He got bio-grenaded by Aim God, but Aim God did not use the nano boost onto Rio, which could have bought a lot of time. He also missed the sleep this time, which was so successful last time. So that was really cool, though. He executed the supports. That's what you got to do when you have these Dragon Blades with no support ultimates. He succeeds. Oh, nice. Now this is a halt.
He's just going to get nanoed up, trying to build up for the blade. They will go ahead and get the hold on the cart here right by the choke.
This might be a switch.
They get ready to go through the gate. Repel actually used the coalescence.
Yeah.
Found a kill, but odd timing.
They switched Aim God onto the Zenyatta too. That's why he used the Nano there. Just build charge, like you said.
Repel actually manages to stay alive. In the meantime, Moon's gonna get knocked out of the back. Sparkle finds 2 kills. Nice and CCJ both taken down. Now he's gonna push forward. Another big deflection comes through, almost gets rid of Aim God. And you see Bellum, they have to kite back into the boundary to stay alive. So just go ahead and regroup as they get ready to stop this push one last time.
Sparkle's explosive style, finding some kills here, and a lot better on attack than it did on defense. CCJ again looking to sneak attack, the solo queue missions. Pulse does not connect, Hookflow's already dead.
Yeah, doesn't need to get the kill. Now, Primal Rage out there from Rio. Just hopping around, trying to keep everybody contained back. They'll get Dako cornered. We'll be able to finish him off. See how long they want to leave him in the Baby Diva this time.
Nice.
But not very long.
But not going to use it here.
Yeah, can just go ahead and hold it for the next push. They know the Dako is still dead. Gets another deflection coming through, but can't do much about the Coalescence, and that's exactly what is going to help take him down. Sparkle goes forward and gets the kill. Aim God dead, Hoon out of the back. And Rio taken out as well. Element Mystic should have the completion here on this point, unless CCJ can pull off some pretty big antics here with the Tracer, but yep, that's just going to be it.
Repel has been so aggressive with these Coalescences, and sometimes it's coming up with a lot of damage, allowing Sparkle to get those kills without even using the blade. And it builds quickly, so he can't blame him. He loses some long-distance healing as a result, which is part of the reason why Sparkle has died on these dives. See, nice, benefiting from that Harmony Aura.
Really low. They managed to knock him out. A very big of value pick there. He kites his way back. Nice now, maybe looking for the Dragon Blade. Self-destruct is gone. Dako gonna get back in. Sparkle's into the back, he finds one. Aim God taken out. 2 seconds left, we'll get a little bit of damage there onto Moon, but actually finds CCJ on his way back into the rest of the team. Takes him down. Payload gonna be halted here for the moment as they just go ahead and pop Moon out of the mech, but they take him down. Now they're gonna be rounding that final corner. Big push coming through. Bellum. They're gonna have to pull out all the stops if they want to shut this down.
Yeah, it's not looking good. They're getting gate kept on the spawn. Rio's dead. There's no getting out of here.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Coalescence. The pulse bomb thrown in as well. Aim God dead. CCJ taken down by Repel, who is just fragging out of control with his ultimates. Now Nice, very low. Needs the Dragon Blade, but he is gonna die. Just 0.65 meters left. And I think Element Mystic should be able to take this with over a minute and a half left in on the time bank. Primal Rage out from Rio. They're just trying to poop him out. No, they just need a fraction of a second to get the completion, and that is going to be it. Element Mystic move up 2-0 here as they take down Bellum on their map choice of King's Row.
Aim God doing as much healing as he could there at the end to try to keep the Winston alive, but it was not going to be enough. And as much as we talked about how Nice was conserved and about how he looked for secured kills on his Dragon Blades, and the experience of this very young player showing through here. He played in Apex, he's been around in the Korean scene for a very long time, whereas, his counterpart, Sparkle, on the side of Element Mystic, more of a rookie player. This is the first tournament he's played in of this scale. It was a more new pickup for the team, but it's raw talent that we're seeing from Sparkle versus calculation on the side of Nice, and the raw talent won out this time. Some of the blades we saw from Nice, you could tell he went in for a kill target, got it, then wasn't even sure where he was going next, flying around through the sky being like, oh, okay, there's Zenyatta here, let me kill that. Oh, Tracer's out of position here, I'll grab this kill. The blades from Nice were more calculated, but even with a bad blade, with a weird setup, Sparkle was able to do more with a lot of his blades on that attack to keep the momentum going. And why we talked about what Nice struggled with is he was holding blades for a really long time. Wasn't willing to go for the risky blades because he wasn't building them as quickly as Sparkle. So him using a blade and losing it was more impactful than Sparkle, who if he messes up a blade, he gets another one very quickly because he's building that ult charge a lot faster. Yep. And he was able to come in and get triple kills, quad kills, and just had more blades more often because he was building it faster and using them more often, whereas Nice would hold a blade longer than he could have built another Dragon Blade, for example. Just trying to be more calculated, trying to look for specific priority targets, which looked good when he was able to do that. But I think Sparkle's just kind of going with the flow. It feels more like freestyle Dragon Blades. It reminds me of Who Are You back in the day. It's looking really strong, and I think he was the better Genji overall on that push. Not because he was smarter, but because he was able to consistently get kills and consistently build those blades.
Well, either way, Element Mystic are looking insanely strong here, just inching out ahead of Bellum. They are trying to keep this as competitive as possible, but they need to do better. They need to pick up some map wins here if they want to force this to Oasis. They need the next 2 straight. Assault is up next. It's going to be their map choice yet again. So we'll see what it's going to be when we come back from the break, so don't go anywhere.